Hey, welcome to the Chaoticpubcast. You got me, Ryan, here with my co-hosts Zach and Jesse.
What's up?
What up?
We're here to give you all of our extremely subjective takes on all of your favorite forms of media. Just a quick shout out to everyone who has followed our socials so far. Guys, we really appreciate the support and glad to give you guys follows back. And it's a great place to keep up with what we're doing.
I know. I actually like looking at our social media and like the listens and the hits we've gotten so far. I actually feel like an actual full-fledged podcast now.
Yeah, I know. Every time I look up and we got a comment, or someone has something to say, or even like constructive feedback and stuff, man, it just makes me feel really good that people will actually want to listen and want us to succeed.
At least from a social media perspective, we don't know if they're actually listening. I hope you guys are. I hope you guys are.
I think they are. We've gotten a lot of good feedback for everything that's happened so far. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Anyway, Ryan, you probably wanted to segue into something before I rudely interrupted you.
No, I really wanted to give the kudos to everyone who's kind of jumped on board so far. But I was going to ask you guys how your week's been, of course, how we always start.
My week's been okay. Recording on a Tuesday, so I don't really have much. I was off yesterday, so today was technically the start of my week. So my week's been it's been fine so far, I think.
My week's been my week's been pretty fun. I did a whole bunch of streaming. I dove into to give you an update on my games. I dove into some Danganronpa. Hopping into that game. I had no idea that game had a huge following. First off,
Yeah, that still blows my mind.
yeah. So I've had a really successful stream for that.
Nice.
Then I burned through the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker. Love that.
Yeah, how was that? I've heard good things so far.
Bro, it's the best intro I've ever seen in any show. It's amazing, and the show itself is amazing too. I've loved it. It's just I'm a big fan of just juxtaposition, so I like it when superheroes are in the same universe that's like dark, but it's a totally like the same universe, but it's totally a farce and a comedy and everything. So
I think that's why I liked him in his first appearance, which was the Suicide Squad, and just because like that's supposed to be taking place kind of in the same world as Justice League stuff, but it's just so over the top. That also leads me to say we got some big news in the last few days, right? We got Moon Knight. Finally got a trailer.
That trailer was sick.
I didn't even know it was coming out. Like, to be honest with you,
I didn't realize it was so soon. Like, we talked last week about having a Marvel drought because we were having to wait till Multiverse of Madness. But it literally seems like once Multiverse of Madness hits, it's going to be a flood.
No, dude, I forgot. So I found this yesterday. I forgot, and I think I said in the last episode that we have to wait till March for Multiverse of Madness, but it actually got pushed back to May. So
okay.
Moon Knight. So Moon Knight is our first.
Oh
yeah.
No. What do we do?
Something to do with reshooting some scenes after No Way Home. So yeah, that's the rumor. I think I don't know if it's been
hear
confirmed.
about that.
Yeah.
I did hear about that.
So
I'm afraid to Google it because I'm trying not to spoil that stuff for me.
I mean, yeah, that's as far as I know. That's the extent of my knowledge. So.
I'm a huge Oscar Isaac fan, and like I saw the trailer, and this is the first time I've heard him with that accent. It's like this really high-pitched British accent, and dude, it killed me. And then you have Ethan Hawke as I can't think of his name, but he plays the villain, and I think it's going to be an awesome pairing.
It was Ethan Hawke. I saw him in the trailer. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Where have I seen him? But he looks just so different.
With the long
hair. Yeah, because Ethan Hawke usually rocks that like kind of like dad goatee and everything. And
right.
Yeah. Like, I love Ethan Hawke, but I had no idea. I really just need to binge the trailer 3 times and then read a bunch of Moon Knight comics.
That's what I did.
I really wanted to say this on that because I don't think we've ever touched on this. Is another thing that's coming this year is The Boys season 3.
Oh man,
Amazon Prime The Boys, by the way.
I think I'm more excited than I am for anything else Marvel. Maybe not Multiverse of Madness, but that is one of my all-time favorite shows. I love The Boys. It's so great.
Yeah,
I'm in the same boat as you, Ryan. With that, I'm looking forward to The Boys more than pretty much. Like I have a weird, which is for another episode, but I have a weird stance on the MCU right now. I'm still a little leery and fearful for its future.
Yeah, I think it's because we're in this weird transitional stage right now where we just lost a bunch of the characters that we've known and grown to love over like the last 10 years, and now we have this new group coming in. I think it's going to get good, but yeah, I'm with you. Like we haven't got totally attached how we were again yet. So
Yeah.
other big news that happened this week, we just found out that Microsoft has now or is in the process of acquiring Blizzard Activision, which is groundbreaking. You got some thoughts on that, huh?
No, I just think it's hilarious that the road that the Activision, that Blizzard itself, like before even Activision bought it out, the road of it just laughs my. It started something I feel like that was so innocent and pure, and then like I don't know, Blizzard got big, and then Activision picked them up, and then things just got weirder and weirder. Then we had that entire stint of a stunt with WoW, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like when will it work out for them? Never.
Dude, yeah.
But I don't know. No, I honestly think the purchase could be a good thing. But Blizzard has had just the weirdest journey in my opinion.
The last 2 years definitely have been weird for Blizzard. Yeah. I think. But I think it's gonna be good. Better management. I think that's for sure. I don't know Philly Spencer in real life, so maybe we'll get a Diablo 4 in time now.
You made a funny point earlier about now Microsoft owns Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Dude,
do you imagine the best Smash clone Microsoft could make it? With all the IPs they own now. Did you just think about the IPs they own? They can make the best Smash clone.
We could even have the Dragonborn in there now. Yeah. They have Bethesda.
Yeah, they have the Dragonborn in there. Yeah,
dude, I'm just telling you, Master Chief fighting Marcus Phoenix, Crash Bandicoot, Banjo Kazooie,
and yeah, they could do like a fully edgelord roster if they really wanted
Doom
to.
Guy, yep.
Doom Guy, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be the best Smash clone, dude. I'm telling you.
Speaking of all these great video games, I think the real topic that we're going to be touching on, not only in this episode, but next week's as well, is we really wanted to talk about kind of like overrated and underrated games. And I think we're going to split it up because we got so many, we asked for some feedback online from some of our peers and followers, and you guys gave us some awesome things to choose from. So we're probably going to talk about overrated games this episode, and then next episode we'll dive into those wonderful underrated games, which I know we're all excited to.
3 episodes in and we're already cutting our episodes into parts. Look at us.
Our powers have doubled since you've last met us, Count. I'll just give a quick disclaimer on this. This is going to be our opinion of what is overrated. If it does not mean that we think that anybody who likes these games is a terrible person by any means. This is our circumstantial. This is our opinion. So please, for the love of God, don't send me a DM saying like, I don't like this for the best, because I won't read it.
Dude, I already had it typed out.
Oh no.
I for one say fuck that. What I say goes.
Send all your hate mail to Mr. J with 5 Ys.
Send me all your hate mail. Bring it on.
Send it to Mr. J.
I'll just send you the same exact laugh emoji reaction back to all of your responses, and then just say you're wrong. Get a life.
No, but that being said, if you love these games, good on you. It's just an opinion, and it's our personal preference of games. So.
Yeah, and to be honest, we would love to hear from you. Like, if you disagree, you have something to add, hit us up on social media, and let's discuss it.
Yeah.
They'll discuss you. I'll just say you're wrong.
Whichever one of us is logged into the account at that time.
You'll know which one's to me, I suppose.
If you get a response, it's Jay. I'm pretty active on Twitter, so well, cool.
How do you guys want to start it?
I kind of just want to shoot titles at you guys and see what you guys think.
Go for it.
We'll start with the big one. We're gonna get the 2 big ones out of the way.
Okay,
cool.
Fortnite.
Yes.
Overrated?
As a yes.
Let's discuss it. Why do you think it's overrated?
I'm gonna be the middle. I'll input afterwards.
Oh, you're moderating now after you just said your word goes.
There's a reason why I wanted to moderate.
Oh man, you don't want to actually have an opinion. You just want to. Honestly,
no, I'll have an opinion. I'll say it afterwards.
I played Fortnite, and maybe I'm just too much of a internet boomer at this point to really get into it. But I played PUBG and Fortnite, those battle royale games, and probably played it for like 3 hours. I'm like, oh, this is fun, and then I just kind of got over it. And then this is where I found out that I kind of really got old. Is I started just getting annoyed by the culture that was forming around it. Like seeing the floss and all the dances in real life, and it's and then when like kids would stop me and be like or like any of my nephews and nieces were like, oh yeah, let's play video games, and they're playing fucking Fortnite. It was just way too much, way too fast, I feel like. And then it's just everywhere. Gameplay wise, like I think it's a well-built game. I honestly do. Like the building mechanic is, I can't build as well as some of these 10 or 11-year-olds. It's impressive as hell they can do it. It's personally just not for me.
Right.
I think the biggest draw for it is that it's quote unquote, using air quotes, free. And that's a huge draw for the player base, but I just think it does get redundant after a while. I get bored after a while. My ADHD doesn't let me stay with it.
Ryan?
Yeah. So I want to preface this by saying I agree with you. I do think Fortnite is overrated, or but at the same time, I do know a lot of people have like talked down on Fortnite a lot too, just as much as you hear praise for it. But what I will say in their defense, and you know, some of our friends when we discussed this the other night, we were kind of just joking around about topics and stuff. I think it was Flavo actually who mentioned, you know, it did kind of like between PUBG, Fortnite, it did kind of like change gaming there for a minute. Like it really took off with the battle royale thing that we still see very heavily today in Apex and Warzone, and you know, like Call of Duty was like they had to change their whole formula. They just been dropping, you know, a Call of Duty year after year with just that standard multiplayer, and then you started having these battle royale games come out, and it kind of like shook them. Like they started getting really worried, and they had to launch a free Warzone as well to try to compete. And when you look at Apex, I mean, it's still like huge. I mean, Fortnite's still huge, but it's really not a genre of game I would have ever seen coming. And so that was really cool to like watch the rise of a genre. The other thing I'll say is cross-platform. It was one of the first games that really introduced cross-platform. I think it was in like 2018. It was the first game that you could play people on PC on your phone versus people on console. Like, and that started a trend where a lot more games tried to initiate cross-platform. So I do have some defense for them, but overall, yeah. Whenever I think of Fortnite, I just think of Ninja like yelling at little kids. So I'm kind of not a fan.
I read this really cool article. It was called "Fortnite: The Best Game I Never Played," and I actually it brought up a really good point, because what's the internet culture when like 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds are playing games? What do they call them? Squealers, screechers,
Squeakers?
Yeah, something like that.
That, like screechers. This guy wrote this entire article how when Fortnite came out, all the games that he loved, all of the screechers, the young kids who probably shouldn't be playing games online anyway. Yeah, because games are for adults. Screw you.
Yeah. How dare my 13-year-old self be playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, but the population all went to Fortnite, and so he labeled it the best game that he never played, because like any games that he was playing multiplayer, it was like perfect lobbies with cordial players and everything. All the I slept with your mom, all the 10-year-olds who said they slept with my mom 20 times, they weren't there. You know, it's yeah. I don't know. I thought that was so yeah, there's my argument for Fortnite.
I would say they're also marketing geniuses. Like they hopped on that train quick of starting to pay streamers to play their game, and I think that is what really blew them up. And they put themselves on ads everywhere. I mean, that's why they jumped ahead of PUBG, in my opinion. Besides PUBG being not free to play for a while.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong, and I think you did say it, Ryan. But their first cross-play was with mobile, right? Not with console. And then I think Warzone did the whole cross-play with PS4, Xbox, and PC.
You could be right. I played the game twice.
But I don't remember that. That's just going off the top of my. I don't remember. I don't remember if that's true or not. But by the way, does anybody remember when Fortnite was a zombie survival game?
I do. Actually, I think I still have an issue somewhere around this house of a Game Informer from magazine where Fortnite was going to be coming out, and I remember being really excited for the game because that is what it was going to be. And I was like, oh, I get to like build up a big base and like defend myself against waves of stuff, and then I fell asleep and woke up, and there was this huge multi-million-dollar battle royale game
with the real game shoved out of the way.
Yeah, God. I remember. I think I bought it because I wasn't keeping up with gaming news that much at the time, and I think I bought it with the intention of it still being a zombie survival game being the main thing. And well, I didn't buy it; I downloaded it because it was free, so it was like whatever. And then it wasn't. I was like, maybe that's why I'm so biased against it. I don't know, because I was just like, oh man, I feel robbed.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with Ryan. It did start off. It did kick off a whole meta of this, this battle royale meta that we have currently still going. Let's not forget their freaking crossovers that they do. It's insane. Some of those crossovers make me want to play the game.
Yeah, they cut a deal. Did they cut the deal with like Disney itself to get like they
had the Avengers at some point, yeah, and then they had Spider-Man recently. That had to be with Sony.
And if I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. I just haven't done my Fortnite research. Everybody,
well, you're probably right. They had to cut a deal with somebody, right? Probably the mouse. That's if it's Mickey Mouse IPs or Disney IPs, they talk to the mouse.
Oh, you guys are gonna play my game, huh?
While I agree, I'd like to hear like a hot take. I want to hear an unpopular opinion of a game that's overrated.
Oh God, Jay has the big one. And me and him kind of mutually agree with this because we both watched that Ego Raptor video and agreed with it. It's the Ocarina of Time. That game, I will say it's overrated. It's not overrated for the sake of it's a bad game. It's overrated because, and Jay, don't worry, I will give you your moment here. I just saw you excitedly run back. But it's overrated because people seem to have their nostalgia glasses on. And this is coming from a guy who is guilty of nostalgia glasses because I will not shut up about my favorite game ever.
What's your favorite game ever, Z?
It's Superman 64. But it like people refuse, like it's the best Zelda of all time, man. It's the best. I'm like, not really. There's been better games released. You just refuse to like look at a game subjectively and objectively, and think like, maybe this game was built better because developers have learned more. Like it was a pioneer of its time, but I think there are better Zeldas out there now.
I agree. I think, I'm not saying Ocarina of Time is a bad game by no means. You go back and play it right now and it'll probably still hold up, right?
Just the fishing.
The fishing?
And I +1 you. I think I go back and play it. I still love it. It's just the way people talk about it is like, it's the best Zelda of all time. And bro.
I do think it like changed the game for Zelda and kind of blew it up into what it is now and opened the door for these great Zelda games that came after it.
Agree.
But it's hard for me to say because I haven't played it since I was a kid. Like I haven't gone back and replayed it. I replayed Majora's Mask and I still loved it.
When you said Legend of Zelda, reminded me of Super Mario 64, and I also think that game is way too overrated. And I understand.
Really?
I understand it's very genre defining. It did set the standard for 3D platformers, but I don't have fun playing it. And maybe that's just my subjective view, but I'd rather go back to Sunshine.
Have any of you guys like gone back like and actually gotten an N64 with that weird control, like with the controller and everything, and gone back recently? I'm talking about like in the last 3 months and played an N64 game.
Last year I did it.
They're all clunky. Like it's clunky as hell. Like everything is just clunky. Yeah.
We went back and played Star Fox. And it was just polygons.
Yeah.
It was just polygons shooting polygons, man.
I did have another big one, right? So I said the two big ones right off the bag. League of Legends.
I've never played a League of Legends game ever. I was too much of a coward and I didn't want to deal with the toxic community.
That's really why I haven't. I've watched people play. I've watched my good friends play, but I've never stepped into it myself just because it just doesn't look fun to me. It just looks like a headache, and I'm just not trying to deal with it.
The gameplay itself looks fun, but I can see why it would be overrated. But like I when I specifically don't play a game because of its community, then I don't know. Maybe maybe something should be done about it.
Yeah, and I don't think that's much of a hot take. I mean, any League player I know will tell you that they have a toxic community. Like, everyone knows it.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that I started making not like the game is because I started trolling on chat. They're like, "Don't say that, you'll get banned." I was like, I don't even freaking play this game. Like, why would I care? I'm not even having fun. This is how I'm having fun, by trolling on this game.
Why do you think people like it so much? Like, and I say this not being like, they're weird. Why do they like it? Like, what is the draw of the game? Because it clearly didn't draw me in, but what draws people in?
I think the characters are very enticing. I mean, just from watching Arcane, like I've fallen in love with the lore, and like I've dove a little bit more into it. I didn't realize their lore was so heavy. Like I thought, this is just a video game where people are strategizing and like shooting the enemy. Like I didn't know that they went so deep into the story. So I think that's really cool. And I know people like that, but I also think because it's so big, just like any game, just any big competitive game, that's going to draw people in because they think, oh, I can be good at this. And, that will really prove something about me by being good at something that a lot of people play, whether it's that or Call of Duty or whatever, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Would that explain the big following that Valorant has?
I think so.
Yeah, that's because my buddy Fish plays that on stream a lot, and it looks fun, but like it took enough to get me invested into Overwatch when it was pretty big, and I still go back and play it with some homies every once in a while. But the concept of like Valorant pops up, and I watch it, and I'm like, I really just don't want to get sucked back into this world of competitive anxiety. I don't know. I'm not a competitive. By no means I am not a competitive person at all.
Yeah, I'm not either. I just get competitive and golf it. That's really my only one.
Actually, yeah, I am competitive with Ryan specifically in golf it.
Golf it, yeah.
Nobody else though.
Can't wait to make that my headliner on underrated games. Well, hey, before we go any further, let's take a quick break so we can get a word in from one of our another amazing sponsor.
Totally right.
And we'll be coming back with more underrated games.
Do you have a face for radio but still want to show off that mug? Is your webcam a broken piece of shit? Your friends make fun of you for never having your camera on in video calls because your webcam is broken? Well, bring that broken piece of junk to Kamu's Webcam Repair Service. That's right, you want to show off that beautiful face and get your friends off your back? All you need to do is bring in your busted device and we'll repair it within a timely manner. Just mail your camera into Kamu's Repair Shop and we got you covered.
Camera's not guaranteed to be fixed within a timely manner. Most of our clients don't receive their repaired webcam for 1 to 2 years, if not never. We only accept payment in Bitcoin and pure silver. Kamu's Webcam Repair is not responsible for the cameras lost in the mail. If you have received your camera back within 3 days, there's been a mistake. Please send it back for more repairs immediately. We have no phone, so don't call us. We have no website, so don't email us. If you want your camera back, then just wait longer.
It's been 3 years and I still haven't gotten my camera back.
Welcome back to the Chaoticpubcast. I'm Zach. We are getting ready to hop into some more games here that are overrated. With me on the second half is going to be Ryan Damask and Mr. J.
Wait, I'm still here?
Dang, who let that guy back in?
I don't know, dude.
I'd like to thank our sponsor real quick, Kamu's Webcam Repair.
Shout out to them.
Really great.
Dude, they do shoddy work. Oh man, just can't get enough of them.
I mean, you won't get your webcam back forever, but they're working on it.
I had a microphone in there for almost 3 years. Couldn't talk for 3 years on camera. Can you believe it?
Oh man! If anybody's listened to our previous 2 episodes, the commercials are totally just inside bits that we did. Because just for people who might be listening who aren't on the game,
it's just us. It's just us making fun of our friends. So. All right. We've had some hot takes. We've had some lukewarm takes that I think most people would agree with. What do you guys got for us now?
I got one for Z.
All right.
Mega Man 2.
Oh my fucking god. This is gonna piss people off who are Mega Man fans. Mega Man 2 is an overrated Mega Man. And I'm a big I fucking love Mega Man. I grew up on those games. It's probably my second favorite franchise. But Mega Man 2 is incredibly overrated, and here's why. Once you get past the Robot Masters, the Wily stages get fucking ridiculous, but not in a hard skill way. I feel like there's one boss in it. I think it's on Wily stage 3, but there's one boss in it. If you fuck up on it, you have to resort to starting the level over and farming for energy capsules. And farming in a Mega Man game should not be a thing nor exist, because Mega Man's a fast-paced platformer shooter, and they have this boss where if you fuck up, you have to go take 30-40 minutes farming energy capsules in order to have enough power points to beat this thing. But a lot of Mega Man fans, they get a raging erection over Mega Man 2. Be like, oh, Mega Man 2, it's so great. But the bosses are a little messed up. Metal Blade is broken as fuck. It's a broken mechanic. But they herald it as one of the greatest Mega Man games out there, and I just disagree. And I'm sorry.
Mega Man 2 has a 9 out of 10 on Nintendo Life, a 9.5 out of 10 on IGN, and a 9.1 Metacritic.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I know how many people I'm going to be pissing off with this hot take, but it is not my favorite Mega Man, and I think it's overrated.
See, my knowledge of Mega Man was Mega Man X was the beloved one in the series. I don't know if that's a generational thing.
Oh, Mega Man X is amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
So to my knowledge, whenever you said that specific Mega Man title was overrated, I thought you were going to say Mega Man X. That's what I thought was like the most loved ones.
No, Mega Man X is golden. Everything about Mega Man X is perfect.
Okay. That's the only one that I've played, so I have no...
I actually get made fun of on stream quite a bit, because when I do decide to play through Mega Man 2, which is still fun, it's still a fun game and I love it, it's just, it's not the best Mega Man game in my opinion. But Metal Blade, once you get that, it beats like 4 of the Robot Masters. It's overpowered because you can shoot in every direction. You basically just are playing with a broken, overpowered weapon the entire time.
That's how I love to play games.
I know, easy.
Yeah.
There's more to it. There's more to it, but since I got put onto the spot, it's hard for me to think about it. I think about another 10 minutes from now, I'll be like, also, but.
I have a bit of a hot take, I think, and this was recommended by a few people who gave us some feedback. I'm not sure if I agree with it or not, but I would say Fallout 4, and I'm gonna lump that in with Skyrim together, and maybe that's a bad idea, maybe it's not, but
I have something real quick to say about them.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was afraid of them. Never dove into them because I was afraid I'd lose my life to them.
Oh, I thought you were afraid of like dragons.
No. I was afraid for my personal life. I've never been feared of my life. Yeah, I looked at him like, no, get that away from me. I am very prone to being addicted to games, and that one sounds like I would be still playing it to this day.
Yeah, I will say I grew up playing the Elder Scrolls series, playing the Fallout series. I loved everything Bethesda put out, but it took me like years into my adulthood before I realized, like, dude, I've been playing the same games that look alike, like look this barely any different than what I've been playing for like 15, 20 years now. They launched their engine. What's their engine called again? See, we talked about it earlier.
It was like Create something.
Yeah, the Creation engine. And they launched that in 2010 and did like minimal work to improve it over the years. Maybe just like put in some additional pixels and, you know, shaved off some of their polygons, but they didn't really change the formula any, which, I mean, it was a good formula. Obviously it's worked. They've sold millions and millions of copies. They release special editions and super special editions and extreme special editions all the time. But I don't know. It just seems a little lazy. I think we can agree on Skyrim, at least, that the combat, when you really think about it, is super clunky for a, you know, AAA title like it is. But they are game changers, so I mean, I can't knock them too much. I just hope to see something different on the next iterations.
Jay, did you have a hot take about Skyrim at all?
I've only played Skyrim on my refrigerator, so I don't think I'm I don't have the credentials to talk about it, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have it on my lamp. No, I understand the gripes in the combat, and I understand why a lot of people have that. Like, I understand, but I will defend Skyrim on, like, is it overrated? Yes, you are right. That being said, a lot of Bethesda games the charm is, the story's fun and everything, but you're just basically playing a physics engine game, you know, and it's really made for the mod community, guys. Like, let's be real.
I was just about to say that. Like, I think at first it started out like people were like, oh, this game needs some work. We're going to make some mods to make this better ourselves. And then it turned into, we're going to mod the shit out of this. And then Bethesda was like, holy shit, they're really good at this. Let's just give them a sandbox every game. And that is one of its best redeeming qualities, is how much they open that game up for the modding community, at least on PC. It gets kind of fishy whenever you get to console.
You talked about culture changing, and maybe, Jay, you can maybe elaborate with me on
why,
this.
because I'm brown?
Because, like, you've only... it's not... oh, my God, dude. Stop giving me more shit to cut. Okay, so but like when it comes to meme culture, Jay, like you've never played like Skyrim, but you know, like the basket over the head, and you could steal from the NPC bit. I'm sure you've seen that online. If you put a basket,
Yeah, I did hear about that, and I heard about the arrow to the knee guy.
yeah, it became their shtick to basically put out like a game that is buggy as fuck, and then the mod community and the community like creates memes out of it. Like, so we talk about like games that have culturally changed us in a way. The memes alone is worth the rating of Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean, I won't deny that. Obviously Skyrim was re-released 1,000 times because of the game that it is, right? Obviously, it's a fun game because people still don't want to stop playing it, right?
Honestly, it's because people keep releasing mods. Like there's never any shortage of mods coming out for that game. Same with the Projekt Red games, all the Witcher and Cyberpunk. Like there's mods coming out daily for those, same as the Bethesda games, and it just makes them like infinitely replayable. Also, speaking of culture changing on those games, is I've known so many people who have got into video games who have never really been into video games because they've watched a little bit of Skyrim or they've heard about Skyrim or Fallout or whatever, and they jumped in just to that game, and now they've branched out. Or I even know a few who just continued just to only play that. But I think they've been great, like gateway drugs into gaming.
My wife got into gaming specifically because of Skyrim. I picked it up, brought it home, and I said, just make a character, see what you would think. And next thing you know, I did play that game for 3 days because she was playing it. So yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Can you guys believe we've only talked about like 3 different games?
I feel like we've hit like 5 or 6.
Did we? Because we've done Fortnite, we did League of Legends,
Mega Man 2, Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Oh, never mind. Just kidding.
Skyrim. Come on, Jay. Put your head in the game.
I'm not a math guy. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so to move on to another game that I think is going to cause a lot of discourse, the Souls series, Dark Souls games.
Who's talking shit about my Souls series?
I'm not talking shit about your Souls series. I have to be an incredibly neutral party on this because I've only played maybe grand total 8 hours of Dark Souls. I've played more Bloodborne than I played Dark Souls, but
you filthy casual.
I'm a filthy cash. But no, like I personally enjoyed playing them. Well, from what little experience I had with them, I am very excited for Elden Ring. The only reason I haven't played them is because when you stream, you're very picky with what you choose. So I did not choose Dark Souls yet. But
that's a game you should stream.
I know.
Yeah, that game. Definitely a perfection of a video game, if you ask me. Well, okay, I'm being biased. I love the Soul series. I remember I was really afraid of Dark Souls 1, and then one day my friend just said, dude, just play it. I'll guide you through the first couple of things you have to do, and then, get the ball rolling and you're good. And I was like, all right. And I was like, dude, see, I'm fighting like I guess I don't know if you guys ever played Dark Souls 1 where you fight that first stray demon. And you just you don't know what to do. You go in there, you're like, why is this freaking demon? I have to just hit it until I kill it. But that's the thing about the Dark Souls games. There's a way out. There's a secret room you have to go around, and you go around essentially the tower, and then you land on top of him, and you do you take half his damage with one hit. So a lot of the bosses are like that. They're meant to just intimidate you, but there's almost all bosses have a little gimmick to them.
Gotcha. The only Souls I'm playing, like Dark Souls 2, is what I'm playing right now. That I'm currently have the most experience with.
Dark Souls 2. That's actually the only one that I've never played.
Oh,
and I'm going to use the same logic that I used with what we talked about the Fortnite. It was genre defining essentially, because you hear a lot of titles coming out after Dark Souls. They're like, oh, it's Souls like. A lot of games are Souls like. Surge, yeah. Neo, even Jedi Fallen Order was Souls like.
I did beat Fallen Order. I did play through, and from according to my friends who are diehard Dark Souls fans, it's Souls light basically.
Yeah.
Yep, it's Souls light for sure. Yeah.
I remember buying Demon Souls right when it came out, and that was the first one, right? It started with Demon Souls, and I remember I was sitting in my room. I had 2 friends over, and I started playing it. I played it maybe an hour, and I got really frustrated with it. And I just passed the controller off to them, and then I watched them play until 5 a.m. They just played throughout the night, just passing it back and forth. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make me a casual. I don't know. I'm the kind of guy that I buy an RPG and I play it on easy or normal or whatever, just because I really enjoy the story. I get the challenge. I get why people love those games, and they really it means something to them to challenge themselves that hard and get something out of it. It's just not for me. I'm not saying that makes it overrated by any means. It's just not my cup of tea.
Right, and I mean, I'm not gonna shit on you because you don't like the game. I mean,
you know, and I think this is a game. Kind of predicted this would happen. I think this is something that we all mutually agree is not overrated. You know,
it's about where it should be. It's another genre defining game. Like it made a genre.
Yeah.
Not that there weren't hard games before that, but whenever you have games popping up on Steam now with the tag Souls-like being first, that's how you know that like that game did something for the culture.
I mean, I think of the three of us, I think Jay is the one who is mostly about that challenge and the high difficulty. I'm not against like playing it and like giving like, but I definitely have to be in the right headspace to pick something up like that.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna go do this, this one-hit challenge or no-hit run. So I'm not putting myself through that stress.
Speedrun Dark Souls or bust, Jay. Get the fuck off this podcast.
Oh god damn! I just suddenly became a casual. I got degraded.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe because I really like sci-fi stuff. I mean, I like fantasy stuff too, but maybe because I like sci-fi stuff a lot. I really put a lot of hours into the Surge, and I really had a good time with it.
So I've never played that. I never played that. So I wanted you to tell me about it.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. From what I understand, it's very Souls-like, and it's very difficult. I remember wiping on the same boss like upwards of 40, 50 times, right? And like having to look up strategies and watch some videos and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. I like the whole upgrading your gear and the different weapons you can unlock and stuff. It's really fun.
I mean, we can all mutually agree and I'm using this as an excuse because it's basically a Souls game. We're all going to be playing Elden Ring, right?
Yeah, I definitely plan on it.
Dude, day one, at the 0 hour mark.
Yeah, I already have mine bought.
I think we hit on some good ones. I think we hit on the ones that we kind of heard from people the most. We heard a lot more underrated than overrated games, and to be honest, I don't agree with some people when they're underrated. I think things are rated just where they should be, but we'll touch on that.
Yeah,
I could have talked a lot more about Dark Souls, but due to time restrictions, I will refrain. I make sure to hit the key points.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right here, or we're going to wrap it up right here. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Episode 3. We didn't even think we'd make it this far.
You have little faith.
That sounds like a solo problem.
Did I say that out loud?
Me and Z are ride or die.
I didn't even mean to say that out loud. My bad. Guys, by all means, let us know what you guys think about our decisions and our thoughts tonight. I already told you guys are wrong if you don't agree with me. But if you want to argue anyways, follow us on our tags, our social medias. It's at Chaoticpubcast on both Twitter and Instagram. Or have any other final thoughts that you want to throw out?
I mean, final thoughts. No, I really like this was fun to talk about it because I really haven't had a conversation of what games are overrated in a long time. It was fun to like. I think if I had any hot take, it was the Mega Man 2 one, and I'm really just not looking forward to the flack of people like messaging me and justifying why more reasons. But I legit just couldn't, off the top of my head, think of more. But Mega Man 3 is my favorite of the Mega Man originals, and Mega Man 2 is not. Just deal with it, people. I'm sorry.
Call me diabolical, but I'm looking forward to those responses.
No, honestly, my final thoughts would be I really appreciate all the comments and feedback that kind of helped us put together this episode. We reached out, asked what you guys thought. We got to dive into that a little bit. So it's kind of in a way like you guys were here with us in spirit. So that was a lot of fun. I'm a little upset that we didn't have time to make it to Sonic being overrated.
Oh my God. We may as well just stop doing a podcast at that point because
run that shit back. We're going another hour. Run this back.
I mean, here's why Sonic 2 is overrated. Anyway.
Well, hey, we appreciate you guys so much. You know where to reach us, and can't wait to see you guys next week when we talk about the most underrated games and have a nice discussion.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Peace, everybody.
See ya.